Network Business Opportunity Webinar. My name's Jim Myers. I'm co-hosting with Al Schaefer and Richard Brewster here, the architects of the One Gold Network. Very, very exciting program. Our slogan is the power of one, simply because we all work together. Everybody works together to make it happen. Just like in the word team, together, everyone achieves more. And that's what we believe. And the One Gold Network is a completely global program, global opportunity. It's about acquiring gold and also a revenue-generating opportunity. So together, everybody working together, acquiring gold, and creating a revenue is what we feel today is one of the most important programs in the world. And we're going to share with you some details as we move forward learning about the One Gold Network and the affiliate overview. The One Gold Network, what's it all about? Well, we are like-minded individuals from around the world that see the value, great value, in using gold as a means of currency to transact business. We are building the world's biggest online global community using digital gold as a form of money to buy and sell goods and services. The One Gold Network is also an educational, social, and business community that has built-in income earning potential, revenue generating for all those who wish to help build our community by simply telling others. Gold has an amazing history of holding its value, and as we move forward learning about the One Gold Network, folks, this is what you need to learn about gold and how it holds its value and preserves assets so that people can move forward into the future knowing that their assets, that their wealth is being preserved. And Al, I know that you've been involved with gold and silver a long time. You've had not a love-hate, but a love-love relationship with precious metals. And maybe you can tell our listeners just how important it is to get educated on gold and silver and attaining precious metals.
Yeah, thanks, Jim. Absolutely. We've been, our family has been into the gold, accumulating silver and gold probably for 20 years, and never has it been more important since 2008 when we saw what's going to happen when the first crisis happened in the States and the worldwide crash of the mortgage markets. And now there's a bigger one coming. And, a lot of us that are called stackers or, whatever you want to call us, we really truly believe that gold is so undervalued right now. At around, today it was around $1,000 or $1,100 an ounce at the recording of this webinar, and the true value of an ounce of gold should be between 50, 60,000. I know that sounds bizarre, guys. Everybody's going to fall off and start laughing, but over the next 5 years, you see what happens to gold. And if you haven't got gold and silver in your portfolio, and I'm talking physical gold and silver, Jim. Not buying stock certificates, but somebody it's either stored somewhere for you in a warehouse, a trusted warehouse, or somewhere where you can access it. And now through the system, as we'll get on to a bit later in the webinar, we can access it through our credit card, which is mind-boggling. It's amazing. And a lot of people are intimidated or don't understand how can I get gold? What's the importance of having gold? What's the history of gold? Very intimidating for a lot of people because gold has always been an item that's been for royalty or the super wealthy. But now here we are coming together as a team, as a community, educating and helping everybody and seeing just how simple and easy it is to attain the goal and also use it as a form of currency. Very, very exciting, folks. So, the One Gold Network has amazing potential for everybody. It's just not for, the super wealthy, or it's not for, the fortunate or the lucky. It's for everybody. And it doesn't matter what social stratus you're in or what's your
what's your ethnic background or whatever. This is an open community for everybody, and everybody can be successful here. Successful meaning you can be educated and about gold and silver and having precious metals, and educated on the global economy and where the economies are going. And we're going to learn more about this as we move forward in the webinar. But it's very simple information, and it's just about learning it, knowing it, and then how to take advantage of it. Richard Brewster, I know you're on the webinar with us today, and you know, that's one of the biggest things to learn is how to take advantage of our education and knowledge. And you know from past experiences, Richard, the upturns and downturns of economies, and you know, you've learned the importance of being able to take advantage of you know, economies going up or economies going down. And maybe you can tell our listeners just how important it is at this point in time to get into a community where people are helping each other to acquire these precious metals for safety and security.
Absolutely, Jim. The best thing about the One Gold Network is we're one team working together to achieve our goals and accumulate wealth. And we can also accumulate that in cash or gold. So it's an option based on the amount of you know, what you'd like to do with the revenue received from the One Gold Network. As we build the One Gold Network and people start to join the community, there is a commission structure that is paid out on a weekly basis. And as that commission structure is paid out, what it does is it basically propels you forward, upwards, and the commission that's paid is paid from the bottom up. So everybody achieves and accumulates gold as the business grows.
Right.
Maybe you'd like to.
Exactly. As the team, as the global community grows with new people joining, purchasing a membership to utilize the marketing tools that are available to build their global business or their traditional business that they're doing locally, they start to also acquire commissions and gold. Thanks for mentioning that, Richard. And you know, this is where we have the heading or the name of the whole company, the One Gold Network. And it's about helping people acquire gold and acquire a network, everybody working together. And in this day and age, you know, people need people. People helping people. And that's what the One Gold Network's all about. Whether it's helping you to build your own business, your own network, or whether it's helping you to acquire those important assets that will preserve your wealth over time. And that's what we're all about. Let's move forward. Let's get into the education of this. You know, the United States is deeply, deeply in debt. Over $18 trillion now in debt and growing exponentially. And now you shared with the team recently about some legislation that was passed by Obama that puts this global economic crisis into a even deeper crisis. Maybe you can share with our listeners some of the information you know about the global debt crisis and where that's headed.
Yeah, Jim, it's actually headed towards 19 trillion right now. It's well over the 18. And what's unique up here, we're Canadian, I'm a Canadian, but what's unique is we watch the U.S. news, and there's been no news about the new debt ceiling and about the Republicans and everybody fighting about it and putting out a date where they have to, you know, go to legislation to get more money. And then I started researching it, and back on November the 4th of 2015, amazingly enough, the Republicans and Democrats basically agreed to a closed door where until Obama is out of power in 2017, they just print what they have to print, and they won't go back to legislation. There's basically, it's a wide open ticket to keep on printing money, and so where it stops, nobody knows, and it's the day it happened, there was over $400 billion just on that one day alone when they signed the bill or the closed door agreement. That the
Wow,
debt went up just in that one day.
that's unbelievable. As soon as they signed the bill, boom, up $4 billion. That's incredible.
400 billion.
Oh, sorry, $400 billion. Jeez.
Yeah, what's a couple zeros?
Yeah, that's right. So, what does the global debt crisis have to do with acquiring gold and silver? Well, let's move forward and see. Uh, the global debt crisis has everything to do with it because money has an inverse relationship with gold. So as countries get deeper and deeper and deeper in debt, then the value of gold goes up. Go ahead, Al.
Yeah, Jim, just for our listeners, a brand new movie that came out, it was called The Big Short. It's been out for a while, maybe depending on when you're watching this webinar. But if it's on Netflix or still in the theater or whatever, I highly recommend every single person that's not educated or that thinks they're educated, like I thought I was educated. I went to The Big Short, and it's very important to understand that that was a mortgage crisis that took down the entire world structure as far as economics. And the next one that's coming is even bigger. It's to do with the global debt crisis. And we have so much debt per capita, per person in the free worlds that it's impossible to pay it back without some sort of a reset. And that reset is coming where they're going to have to reevaluate the commodities, silver and gold as being a base somewhere along the line again to get back to normalcy.
Yeah, I mean that's what has to happen. Every country is deeply, deeply in debt. There's no possible way. We've already seen some countries and some territories, the United States, already default on their loans. So,
and because of that reason, a lot of folks, a lot of countries are bailing out of the U.S. dollar as their backing, and that's where the whole cryptocurrencies have started up. People have heard about Bitcoin is the most recognizable one, even though there's actually quite a few. There's probably over 100 or 200 different currencies out there on the internet right now. Maybe just change the slide, and what will happen is when you start to understand that our paper that's in your bank account and or in your wallet is quite worthless, that's what's actually created this whole new currency that's coming out on the computers called cryptocurrencies, or medium of exchange. Now, up until now, they're also only based upon really nothing. But what's going to be exciting as we get through this webinar, you're going to see what's happening in the global community as far as true gold-backed currency, cryptocurrencies.
right. Thanks for that, Al. And still today, even though they've been around for maybe 10, 15 years, the cryptocurrencies, many people are not aware of them or how they work. And so they've become an exchange of value. Digital currencies have become an exchange of value. And many of the cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Dogecoin, there's nothing backing them. And I guess it's similar to our dollar today, that there's nothing backing it, like it used to where silver backed it or gold backed it. There's nothing backing these. And now we see the expansion of digital currencies going to gold, where gold is now becoming a digital currency. And that's very, very exciting because for the first time in the history of the world, this has made it easy for us to use gold in smaller denominations because it's now digital. So, so that's a good point, Al. We don't want to confuse digital gold with the cryptocurrencies. They are completely different. And what the One Gold Network aims to do is use the digital gold as a form of currency. Really good point. Thanks for that, Al.
Like J.P. Morgan said, okay, like gold is money and everything else is credit.
Absolutely. That's the key. That's the key to the whole program. Thanks for that, Richard. You bet. And moving forward, just like Richard said, Everything else is debt. Gold is real money. And just as the slide shows, the history of fiat money, cash, has always, every society in history that used fiat money as a form of value, as a form of currency, it's always dissolved, gone away. Every currency since the Romans started diluting the silver content of their denaries has ended in devaluation and eventual collapse of both the currency and of that particular economy. Silver and gold have stood the test of time as a medium of exchange, a storehouse of value, and a safe haven in times of turmoil. And Ron, if you're on the call as well, you've had a long history relationship with precious metals and especially gold, and maybe you can tell our listeners the importance of holding some amount of gold.
Yeah, thanks, Jim. Well, just like everyone else has been suggesting along the way here, that holding gold as that storehouse of value. You can look at history. There's a lot of information out there on the internet. You'll see articles coming out in magazines and newspapers all the time extolling the virtues of holding that, of holding precious metals. I mean, I don't think it would come to most people listening to this any surprise that it just makes sense to have gold. You can look at history, where when currencies have fallen, when fiat currencies have failed, people holding gold, well, they were golden, right? They were able to go out and survive that situation and actually even prosper more because of having that asset in their portfolio, whether that's gold or silver. They're both good. I like gold. I just, it's nice and shiny and gold, so that's kind of been my interest all along the way. But again, we're here wanting to encourage people to learn more about what's going on out there. I mean, you can see just by going to the gas station or the grocery store that your dollar, it's taking more and more and more of those dollars to purchase anything. And it's only a matter of time. It's not a question of if it will happen, it's when the whole thing is going to come crashing down. There's been over 4,000 fiat currencies over the history of mankind that have failed. And so, again, it's just a matter of when is it going to happen? When's it going to hit the wall? And if you're holding gold, some precious metals, you're going to be in a very good position. Thanks, Jim. Back to you.
Absolutely. Thanks a lot. And that's what's happening right now. When we talked about the global debt crisis, countries going in debt, a lot of the recession that we see happening is hidden in the fact that our dollar buys a lot less at the grocery store. The packages are smaller. It's being hidden in some very brilliant ways, and so it's difficult to see just how it's really affecting us in the long run. But moving forward here, we talked about this earlier, money and gold having an inverse relationship. So as countries get deeper in debt, and as Al mentioned earlier, the debt ceiling has been completely removed, and the United States can now print unlimited amounts of money, only creating more inflation, and therefore precious metals will continue to rise, gold and silver, although at this very second it's just bouncing up and down a little bit. But what we're looking at is a little further down the road where we really see the dollar becoming devalued. And Al, a couple of months back, we were talking on a conference. There was an individual down in New Mexico, and he shared with us a story about his grandfather. And maybe you can share with our listeners his grandfather's experience with precious metals.
Yeah, it was kind of interesting. I think it was his great grandpa. I'm not sure, grandpa or great grandpa, but he was a sheriff in a small town, and he was a gold and silver bug, way back in the 1920s and up to the 1930s, back when gold was like $35 an ounce and whatnot. And long story short, he had collected a ton of gold, and when the Depression hit, a whole bunch of people in his church, about 10 or 12 of the different families that he went to church with in a small town all had their farms repossessed in bankruptcy, and they went on to auction. And because he was basically the only person that had any real value, money, gold, he actually bought back the farms. I believe it was 10 of them, 10 or 11 farms, paid cash for them with the gold as the payment, and then allowed the people to stay on their farms, continue to farm through the bad times and through the Depression. And once they got back on their feet years later, they simply paid them back for their farms. And literally to this day, he's the hero. You know, this is many years later. They talk of this guy as the absolute hero that kind of saved the town and the community, because he was far enough thinking back in the 30s to put his wealth into actual physical gold. Amazing story.
Phenomenal story. And, you know, he saw that coming. He saw the devaluation of the dollar, moved his savings into precious metals, and then boom, the recession hit. The dollar became, you know, really, really, worthless almost.
And just a real, sorry.
Yeah.
Just as a real quick side note, Jim, sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah.
A real quick side note for anybody watching this webinar for the first time and not really understanding gold and silver and whatnot, you know, what happens is gold has never actually changed its value. An ounce of gold today will pretty much buy you exactly what an ounce of gold would buy you, you know, in the 1930s. 1 ounce of gold, you could go into a men's store and a man could buy literally a beautiful suit, a top hat, and a cane for an ounce of gold. Well,
Yeah.
today in Canada, you know, 1 ounce of gold Canadian is about $1,500 Canadian right now, or $1,100 US. And you can go to pretty much any good men's store, and get a really nice suit, pair of shoes. We don't wear the hats anymore, but for the same ounce of gold. And that's really what's happened. The gold has remained constant actually since the creation of gold. We've been using it, has remained constant, whereas the dollar has gone down, 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 down. So it's not so much that gold goes up, it's that gold stays the same relative to inflation. And it's kind of a neat thing when you actually think back to your grandparents. You know, had they collected, you know, an ounce of gold every month, we'd all be retired on the Bahamas right now.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Thanks for clearing that up, Al. That's very important. So moving on, you know, the bottom line is gold should be an important part of a diversified investment portfolio. Although, you know, big words. I mean, basically everybody needs to have gold, and as Al mentioned and Richard mentioned, it, you know, you should have it in your hand, right? But the One Gold Network sees the value in using it as everyday purchases, and we can do that today. The One Gold Network has the ability, in conjunction with partnerships and with other companies, to utilize your gold as a form of everyday purchases. Because our belief is, if you use it, you'll accumulate it. And everybody that uses money stores their money in a bank. Well, if you start to use gold as a form of buying and selling, you'll start to store it. And all this is available to the average person today, but they just don't know about it. And this is what we're bringing to light. This is what we're helping educate people on. You can use gold at the grocery store to buy your groceries, or the department store to get gas. This is the exciting thing. And if you use it, you'll accumulate it. And if you've accumulated it, you'll be in the same position as that person before the recession that Al talked about, where your gold, your assets, your wealth will not only be protected, there's a good chance that, you know, it'll buy a lot more, because it'll be more valuable as the dollar continues to decrease due to hyperinflation, due to the country's printing more money. So as we just talked about, you know, digital gold is a global game changer now. It's, you know, it's an important milestone in the evolution of global currencies, of money. And I know, Richard, you are a techie type person. You've been around the internet a long time, and you've done extremely well helping people to be successful. And here we are today with technology where people can use gold as a form of currency. And I know you're excited about that. You want to share that with our listeners?
Yeah, absolutely, Jim. Thank you. Every single person that joins the One Gold Network will be paid out in a digital gold currency through a company called BitGold. BitGold is a company that is that it's like a bank, like PayPal, but it deals in gold. So as gold goes up, if you buy gold or you get gold as payment and it's in your digital bank account at BitGold, and gold goes up, so does your dollar amount in your bank account. But then they also have like a card that you can get. It's a prepaid MasterCard, and from BitGold it's free. With you just apply for your account, and it's a gold money card. And that MasterCard, when you want to put money on it, you just takes like not even 1 minute to transfer a piece of that gold onto your digital gold MasterCard. And then you can use that in any digital currency around the world. You can get it in US dollar, British pound, and also the euro. So you can use it for gas, like Jim was saying, or you can use it to go to an ATM, withdraw cash if you want. Or if you think gold's going to go down, another thing you can do, you can actually transfer up to $80,000 onto that card over 1 year period of time. So you can actually hold the money on the card, and then when gold goes up, if you think it's going up, you transfer it back from the card back into your account, and then you can accumulate more wealth that way. And this network is very, very exciting for what it has to offer.
Richard,
I know we haven't even got into that yet.
Richard, do you
Yes.
do you have a card? Do you have a
Yes.
MasterCard from that company?
Yeah, I do.
How does it look?
So does Al. Al's got one too.
Right. Awesome. And Al, have you used that card?
Yes, what I've done, just to clarify a little bit, with BitGold, you actually purchase gold. They store it. There's 9 warehouses around the world. So when you fund your BitGold account, i.e., say you want to buy a couple $1,000s worth, you go online. I went online with my ordinary credit card to get started, and I bought a couple $1,000s. And exactly at that time and space in history, in history, they instantly go onto the market and they buy gold at the exact price value. It's a 1% fee, that's it, over spot, which is unbelievable for all you gold guys out there. And that physical gold is then actually put into their vaults with your name on it. So when gold goes up, you are able to either have it, again, as Richard said, we can put it onto our credit card through their company. They'll sell, you want $1,000 on your credit card, they simply move $1,000, they sell it instantly. The gold sold instantly, it's put on your credit card. I've done all three. The company offers to purchase gold, which I did. I also have had gold sent to me. They offered in 10-gram cubes, little sugar cubes. It's amazing little, they're just gorgeous. I've had an ounce of gold sent to me that way, and I've also purchased the credit card. I got the credit card up and running, and I've used it for gas, for travel. I use it at the ATM machines, like any other MasterCard you can use. So yeah, it's a pretty slick system.
Awesome. Thanks for that, guys. So digital gold is now available for everybody. And
One more thing, Jim. Sorry to interrupt. Another thing too is you can actually do transactions between people within that network from peer to peer, and there is no charge to send somebody within the network gold or cryptocurrency through that MasterCard.
Right.
Or actual physical gold from one person to the next.
Right. Awesome. Awesome. And let me ask you, how difficult was it to set up an account?
No, it's very easy. You can fund your account with your bank account. You can fund your account with a Visa, MasterCard, or you can fund it with a debit card, and it's instant.
Nice.
You can fund it, I think, up to $1,000 with your debit card per transaction, a total of $2,000 per day. So Very easy. Like you can have your
Very
account up and running and verified within 24 to 48 hours.
right. Awesome. Thanks for that. So, you know, here's the key. Here's the key. The One Gold Network offers people from around the world the opportunity to join the global community, purchase a membership, and get access to all of the marketing tools, get access to the community, get access to building your network and your net worth by joining the Global Village. So you purchase a membership, and you'll have you'll have an access to the global community. Plus, you'll get different products and services depending upon which level that you want to join. So, so the One Gold Network is the key, and it's available to anybody. Moving forward,
it's very easy too. We all accumulate wealth as one team. Everybody moves forward, and as new people come into the network, the system pays out on a weekly basis, and it pays from the bottom. So those new people coming in, they get paid first.
Right.
And then it pushes the other members upwards and accumulating. It just creates perpetual,
progressive.
Progressive.
Yeah.
Progressive, yes.
Right. Thanks for that, Richard. Appreciate that. And so, in creating the Global Village, people, what we want to do, what it's all about, it's about people helping people. So, for instance, you know, my co-host Al Schaefer, he has a local business. It's a very successful business, and maybe Al, you can share with our listeners, you know, what you're able to offer within the Global Village for people that want your services, or you know, what you offer through your business.
Yeah, the concept is that we want to be able to, you know, buy and trade and do services with the digital currency, the digital gold. So therefore, I've got a construction company. We have a sandblasting business and a seal coating business and whatnot. And to be able to offer those services via the BitGold to our members at discounted rates for, you know, member to member, and as well as Richard was kind of touching on it, they've also have an amazing system where once you become a part of the village and you are a business owner, you can actually send your invoices out and be paid, you know, from your accounts receivable. They can pay on their credit cards or whatever, and you can actually funnel it through your gold account if you want to accumulate through a business as well. So it's fairly mind-boggling, the potential that's coming down the line here over the next you know, few months and few years as it expands worldwide.
Very exciting, very exciting. So here's someone who's got a local thriving business and is now able to start connecting with others in utilizing gold as a form of transfer for a currency, for a money. That's very, very exciting. And
timing's right too.
Sorry?
The timing, global timing is perfect.
And it's exciting because we know from past experiences, from history, that as countries or economies go deeper in debt, we absolutely know that precious metals is going to skyrocket. And so not only are we creating this wonderful global village, we're also helping every individual that joins and starts to utilize digital gold as their money. And that's exciting. And I know, Ron, for many years, you've helped many people build their businesses, their online businesses. And just how much further is this going to catapult people to be successful by using digital gold?
Oh, well, without question, Jim. I mean, you know, I think any business that was able to, say, receive cash, just as Al was explaining, you know, the person's paying their invoice for that product or service using traditional methods, but you're receiving it as gold. I mean, what a wonderful concept. I mean, I just can't imagine. You know, all of the work that you had alluded to that I've done over the years. You know, I would be on that beach in the Bahamas along with Al and everyone else had I been able to receive those payments in the form of gold. I mean, I would love that. So that's a brilliant concept. I'm so excited about it. You know, I just can't say enough about that. So again, it's just given us that ability to tap into that gold marketplace and doing it with you know, the convergence of technologies that allows us to do that. And again, just puts us in a really good place. Thanks, John.
Well said. Thanks, Ron. Well said. So back to you know, the One Gold Network. Where do people start? Well, it's simple. You know, there's on the website it shows there's a silver package 1, 2, or 3. There's gold package 1, 2, or 3, and there's different products and services that are attached to each product, to each level of products, and you know, you can just join at whatever package you want, at whatever level you want, membership, and then you know, you just get involved in the community. It's very, very simple, and it's a yearly membership, so you're not tied into a monthly contract, and that helps people as well. So once you paid, and that's it for the year. The gold packages are a 2-year membership. So if you come into the gold package, you pay your membership fee, and that's it. You're done for 2 years. Very simple.
Very exciting too.
Very exciting, very simple, very exciting. You betcha. There's so many different ways that people win because of they're involved in the One Gold Network. You know, it's a win-win-win in many different ways. You know, and as we've stated before, never in the history of mankind have we had the opportunity to accumulate vast amounts of gold via digital networking. It's digital. So when you join or purchase a membership with the One Gold Network, you're automatically inserted into what's called the progressive income and network generator. And it's progressive. So, you know, it gives people who are a little bit more passive the opportunity to create an income, and it also gives people the ability or the opportunity to create more of an income if they're aggressive. And it's a very simple system, and it works for everyone. And you know, if you want more details on that, we have some literature where people can learn exactly how it works. Basically, it's very, very simple, very simple. And this is it. You know, there's a one-line transmit. We call it transmission line. It's one line. Everybody comes into the first line or the second line, depending upon which membership package you purchased. And when there's 5 people that join, it moves 1 person over. So it's called a 5-to-1 ratio. Soon as 5 people join, boom, you move over to the next transmission line. And it's a very simple deal, and you know, it's everybody working together. This is why we have the one line, so that everybody's in the one line. We call it like everybody being in the boat. You know, nobody's left out in a life preserver by themselves trying to figure out how to build a business. Everybody comes into the one line, into the same boat, 5 in, 1 out, and that's it. That's how people get paid. Very simple, very easy, and we made it this way simply because we believe in the concept of the power of one, everybody working together. You know, the other thing that we did as well is those individuals who want to be a little bit more aggressive and build a bigger business, or even build a business a traditional business that they have, or an online business that has nothing to do with the One Gold Network. We have some marketing tools and resources to help people, and we feel that they're the most cutting-edge, revolutionary, new marketing tools that have never been thought of before. And in fact, we'll just give you a bit of insight into one of our marketing tools. How much fun would it be to be playing a game and finding real gold? Wouldn't that be exciting?
Absolutely.
How many people do you know around the world that would love to play a game on their phone or a game on their computer where they're actually finding real gold? right? Because now technology allows us to utilize digital gold. So people can open an account and get the gold that they find within the gold game, put right into their account. Very exciting. Times are changing, technology's changing. And if you're aware of these changes and you can take advantage of that, then you're in a much better position than those people who fall behind. And the One Gold Network is all about putting people in the same boat and moving that boat forward. Very, very exciting.
Mm-hmm.
So not only does the global gold game and other marketing tools give us an advantage over so many other companies, it also gives us the opportunity to create other revenue streams that help or get pushed in to the income generating system that we have, and it helps all members. So if you can imagine this great big snowball creating more momentum as it's going down the hill, and it's feeding into itself, right, getting bigger. And this is where we see other companies like Facebook and Amazon and all these huge companies taking advantage of these advertising because they're getting so many eyes on it, right? You're getting so many people going to it. So with the One Gold Network, we can create these other revenue streams that will benefit all the members, right? So people, as you're adding this up, 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, you're starting to see this whole program generating more opportunity for all its members. So that's very, very exciting. And we have, along with the gold game, along with some of the other marketing resources, we also have, a mobile app that helps you manage your business, and it gives you the opportunity to be connecting with people in your contact list and saying, hey, you know what? There's been added some more prizes, some more gold to the gold game, or there's more stuff out there, and they can get an alert right away and jump on any opportunity that's been put out there. So all of these new technological marketing tools are made available to our members, and it's just really going to help each member become more successful quicker. So here we have a look at you being in the center of the whole deal, and with all of the accessories that the One Gold Network has, the mobile marketing app, the games with gold, the social network, the network sharing algorithm, the revolutionary algorithm, the cryptocurrency, the digital gold. It all equals more gold and wealth for you, and that's what it's all about. All these accessories, all the technology, all the people coming together to make each individual more successful, more secure, and
less
more
debt.
positive looking into the future. Sorry, Richard, go ahead.
Yeah, and less debt. We could all use some extra money.
Betcha.
So by being part of this network, we're all going to accumulate and move forward. The more you learn about the pay plan and how the One Gold Network operates, the more excited you will feel,
it's all
and
about,
the more
absolutely,
you'll want to tell more people, and you'll want more people to to learn about the One Gold Network because it has so much to offer.
Right.
We're barely even touching on it here tonight.
Right. And the more educated, the more knowledge you have, the more empowerment you have going forward. And folks, it only gets better and better and better the more you learn about. One of the important partnerships that we want to highlight is our partnership with KeyToNet. And in fact, the KeyToNet owner is on this call with us tonight, right now. And KeyToNet has been around for quite some time as a very successful company, marketing company. It's been around, like I said, Richard, you can tell us.
2003. Yeah, we've been in business since 2003. So.
And Richard is Richard Brewster is the owner of KeyToNet. He's partnered with the One Gold Network, and when people purchase a membership in the One Gold Network, they also gain access at the same time to all the KeyToNet marketing strategies and education, which is huge, because
Absolutely.
many people today join a home business or an online business, and after they join, where do you go from there? How, which direction do you go? What are the steps you take to becoming successful, to making it happen? And it's been proven that very, very, very few people become successful. And why is that? Because they don't have a roadmap how to get from here to there. KeyToNet gives people that roadmap. And maybe in a quick snapshot, Richard, just give our listeners a little bit of information on what they get with KeyToNet.
Well, basically, when you join the One Gold Network, every single member will have access to KeyToNet, no matter what membership level you decide to join at. And whether you want to be passive or complete hands-on, we have a system for you. We have something for you. So even if you want to be passive, you can join in our co-ops, and we will do all the advertising for you. We will help you build the One Gold Network. But remember, the One Gold Network, it's one team, one line. We're all in the same boat. We all work together. So whether Jim brings somebody in, or Al brings somebody in, or myself, I bring somebody in, we all accumulate and move forward together. We all, even if you come and you join the One Gold Network and you don't join the co-op, when you do nothing, you can still move forward and be pushed through the entire network to where you're accumulating more wealth and progressively moving forward over time.
Right.
So anyway, so with KeyToNet, we're a systems company, and we have various systems like this webinar system that we're using right now that you're seeing here. So we have this in the back office of KeyToNet. We have leads, we have text messaging systems, we have email marketing systems, we have hands-on, traffic generating systems through traffic generating websites that will help you accumulate more traffic from live prospects and people that have money to spend and want other networkers that are looking to make money and to be part of a global team. Now, I've been in business since 2003, and I've seen all kinds of network marketing companies out there. And Jim and his partner Kenneth and myself, I'm not a partner, but I helped, and we all had things to say on this business, how we want it to work. This company is designed to help the networker grow and accumulate wealth and move forward. It's not designed to make the company rich. It's designed to make the network rich. And the more you learn about this network, the more you're going to be excited about being a member of it, and the more you'll want to share it with other networkers and other people. So,
right. Thanks, Richard.
Your next step would be to join the One Gold Network, and then once you're a member of the One Gold Network, come to our webinars, and we'll teach you about the business plan and how it works.
That's it. Thanks, Richard. KeyToNet is just a fantastic resource. I've been all through the back office, and it's just awesome, and it's such a great partnership to have with the One Gold Network. And folks, we just really want to encourage you to utilize the resources and services that KeyToNet has, because it works so synergistically with the One Gold Network. Thanks for that, Richard. Appreciate that. So, folks, in closing, we want to say thank you for coming to our webinar and getting an understanding of what the One Gold Network is all about. We really believe in the power of one, everybody coming together, from the online global community to the progressive income and network generator. Everybody is working together. And Al, I know you've been in this industry a long time. And you know, you've seen a lot of companies, a lot of individuals try to attain success through a home business, and maybe you can just tell our listeners the importance of how we've structured the One Gold Network to help each individual that joins. Are you still with us? Can you still hear me, Richard?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. So, folks, that's what the One Gold Network's all about. It's about the power of one. And when you come together within the One Gold Network, you're a part of it. You're in the boat. And everybody is working for everybody else just to be successful. And we want to say thanks for coming to the webinar. And in closing, we want to play a short video that you may have seen on Richard's website, and we just look forward to working with you, to being a part of your success, and helping you to gain wealth and preserve that wealth in the coming future.
So the best thing to do would be to join the One Gold Network and learn about the business and what the One Gold Network has to offer.
Class is slowly disappearing. Our government is $18 trillion in debt, and we're on the hook for all of it. Do you have a plan to protect yourself, your family, and your assets? Would you like to know what to do and how to do it? The plan we have is surprisingly simple. Instead of living off credit or working a second job, you can learn to do what the 1% does. Create an appreciating asset that spins off passive residual income. We have a business plan that enables you to exchange small amounts of paper money into gold, save it in your gold piggy bank, and create a passive residual income at the same time. This is a remarkable way to build a gold savings account and a passive residual income without having to sell things to your family and friends. Are you teachable, coachable, and ambitious? Are you willing to learn the truth about money and start thinking outside the box? Are you willing to put in the time and effort to learn a simple system for wealth creation? Ask yourself this question. How many people today are concerned about the economy, the growing stock market bubble, the devaluation of our currency, and our nation's addiction to debt? A few people? A lot? More than a lot? A growing number of Americans fear they'll never, ever be able to retire. How about you? Are you someone with dreams, desire, determination? Are you willing to do whatever it takes, no matter how long it takes, if you know you can't fail? If that's you, and you'd like to know more about this extraordinary and timely business opportunity, simply fill in the form on the right side of your screen and click on through. In the next video, you'll learn about an international e-commerce company that is changing the way that people think about money, opportunity, and building a legacy of wealth for their families. You're about to see the big picture.
All right, Jim, that was excellent.
Okay, hang on.
So we'll